Hello and welcome to the Leo new moon draw for July 24th, 2025. Today we are at the Leo new moon at 2 degrees 7 minutes. So the new moon is when we don't see the moon. It's when the energy of the moon is at its pure potential. And right now we are in the season of Leo. We are at the very beginning of Leo, and we are in the gift of Leo. So Carolyn Casey says, as an offering, Leo's gift is to ignite the spark of the marvelous in all of us. So when we hear about Leo being dramatic and, people think theatrical, yeah, that can be true. But the gift of Leo comes from the heart and inspires us all to have our own creative expression in the world. That is like the high form of Leo. So during the new moon, I've been talking about this, we want to set intentions. We want to put out there to the universe or verbalize our intentions out into the world for what it is we would like to manifest. When I set intentions, I like to speak them as if they have already happened, because on some plane of existence they already have. But we want to bring our intentions into manifestation on this plane. So another astrologer, Jan Spiller, says 10 intentions or 10 wishes every new moon. And I like to speak them, like I said, as if they've already happened. So as an affirmation, or as a sort of what if question to get the imagination going. And I like to have a couple of those intentions as something for the world at large. And in the end, also to say this or something better is now coming to me for the highest good of all. So harm none, right? Some of the questions I've written down for the sun in Leo, since Leo rules the heart, is what do I love? So these are questions you can do some stream of consciousness writing on, and maybe they'll help you set some intentions. So what do I love? What if I followed my heart? What brings me joy? What brings me vitality? What if I acted on my creative self-expression? What makes me feel like a star? So that's Leo energy. And as the month expands, as the moon begins to wax, we might start to experience some clues into the intentions we put out, actions we might need to take in order to make those intentions real, make them physically manifest in this world. This new moon, there is a lot happening. We have a lot of outer planets that are also at or around 2 degrees of different signs. So the first big one is we have Pluto at 2 degrees Aquarius, and Aquarius opposes Leo. And Pluto is about transformation. It's death and rebirth. I mean, this is intense transformation at the very beginnings of Aquarius. It's going to be in Aquarius for 16 years, something like that, 20 years. So this transformation can be very slow, but this is the first time it's opposing the new moon in the sign of Aquarius. So this is a really potent time. Aquarius, the energy of Aquarius is like Aquarius it envisions an inclusive society, basically. It's a reformer and an inventor, and is interested in social equality, evolution, paradigm shifts. So there's a lot of change happening, and during this moon cycle, we may be experiencing changes, or we may be realizing that we're beginning to go through a transformation in areas that are affecting our heart, what we love, what we want to create, how we want to shine in the world. Like Pluto is going to start affecting shifts and changes in that arena. And how we are in the world, what it is that we love affects the whole, affects all of society. Now, that's opposing the moon and the sun. Trining the moon and the sun are Neptune and Saturn in Aries. So Neptune is our dreams, our vision, our imagination. I'm going to quote Caroline Casey again. She says, the imagination lays the track to the reality train, which is Saturn. So Neptune is the imagination, Saturn is reality, is our physical reality. Neptune is any art form that inspires yearning and expands our reality. It's transcendental beauty. Aries, okay, this goes for Saturn and Neptune. I'll go to Saturn first. Saturn is form and structure, boundaries, focus, discipline. It's the capacity to respond. So it's the capacity to respond to the dreams of Neptune. It's the capacity to respond to the changes that are coming about through Pluto, and the capacity to respond to the intentions we put out with the moon. Aries is the hero that follows the path of desire. So Aries is the child of the zodiac and starts out having their own personal desires, but as they go on their path, they expand to what is best for the collective. Their gifts are initiation, spark, energy, a lot of energy. They like to start things. They stir things up. They're enthusiastic. They confront things. So there's all of this energy right now in the mix. This is trine energy to the sun and the moon. So trine makes things flow a little more easily. So again, a potent time, I think I say this every month, but really, to put intentions out there. You know, include in some of the heart questions, like, what does your child self love? And then finally, we have Gemini sextiling the sun and the moon. Trining Pluto at 2 degrees Uranus. And Uranus is the awakener, is spiraling out. It's the strike that creates the chaos that spirals out. It's freedom through loss. It's experimental drive, and it's potential. It's pure potential. Gemini is the creative power of language. It's invocation. So what we invoke right now can bring very surprising results. But no matter what we do, it's like we can't stop these things from happening. So we might as well invoke what it is we are desiring, are what our heart wants, right? Gemini's gift is the magic, creative power of words. That's invocation. Words are magic. So I thought this moon phase, rather than just read one card, I would pull a card for each sign, because there's so much energy going on. And I'm thinking maybe at the new moons that pulling a card for each sign would be interesting and fun, because the energy is so concentrated right now. Very concentrated energy. So the first card I'm going to pull is for Leo. And I'm just going to keep shuffling for a little bit. Right now, what's really being focused on with the sun and the moon is Leo's identity, how it is you are in the world, what it is, how your appearance is, your identity, your consciousness. So some of that is up for review right now. Some of that is going to begin to shift through one-on-one relationships. You're going to start to, there's a transformation happening through your one-on-one relationships, through possible travel or higher learning, and also through your friends and groups, or your friends and groups may start changing. This is like shifts that are happening over time. Right now, it's affecting your identity. And so let's, one more. Leo, come on, Leo. Oh, all right. Well, we got the Four of Swords. So this is a time to meditate, to take a respite. Four of Swords is digesting ideas that are coming in for you. And I really think this is regarding how it is that you are in the world, how you experience yourself, how you want to be and how you are. It's not even how you want to be, it's how you are. You're taking some time to really think about, what is this next stage of my life? Who am I? New ideas are starting to come in, and there's this time to just be quiet with yourself. This is a time for yourself to stabilize what it is that you're thinking, how you're feeling about what it is that you're thinking, and allowing that to trickle through and shape who you are. Okay. The next house, the next sign is Virgo. And Virgos, I should mention that if I'm talking about sun signs, but I'm also really talking about rising signs. So if your rising sign is Leo, or your sun sign is Leo, but it's very effective if you know what your rising sign is. And if you don't know, you can go to astro.com and put in your birth information and find out what your rising sign is. It's also called the ascendant. I think it's pretty funny that I just thought of that during Virgo. Virgo's about, one of the things that Virgo's into is detail. So Virgo's your rising or your sun. Let me check this out. Oh, so we have the lovers. Let me just flip this over. This deck is pretty wild because it's got two sets of lovers. It's got two lovers cards. There's one where they're like, hey, what's happening? And then this one where they're like full on having sex, right? So, yippee! The Aries placement in your chart is in the 8th house, which is sex and deepest desires. There can be a shift in what it is that you're intuiting, dreaming. There could be something about your sexuality that's kicking up things that are unseen for you, and that's okay. It's all part of growth. Like there's something very deep and transformational about this situation. It may not actually be the sex, but it could also be balancing the anima and the animus in your soul, in yourself. The male and female aspect of the self is coming together to create something amazing, to create this third entity. Cupid has arrived here. There's this balance, there's this dance that's creating something new. The connection of two things is creating a third thing, and it may not be seen right now, but it will be coming to surface. Like you're preparing for something to come to the surface right now. So it's really kind of a quiet time, a behind closed doors time. And it can be, it can be fun. It's summertime. Okay. We've got, instead of I'm going to shuffle these and say, okay, the shuffling is good for the next signs, right? Where we have Libra now, and for Libra, we've got the 10 of Swords. Ooh. So this is an ending. This is a culmination of ideas, thoughts, a philosophy that has come to its final conclusion, and it's surrender at this point. You are at a surrender point, and the good thing about that is this is as far as this train of thought is going to go, and you can let it go. So that's what's going on for Libra. Let's do a quick shuffle. Scorpio. Scorpio is the 10 of Pentacles. So with Scorpio, or with the 10 of Pentacles, this is the house. This is so in line with the house where the sun and the moon are right now, because 10 of Pentacles really is legacy. What is it that you have created that's out there in the world that is going to live beyond your lifetime? What are you passing on to the world? There's something in your experience that is coming to a point where you're making maximum contribution. And again, then it goes to what next, right? You're coming to a place of what next after that? It's really beautiful. What are you passing on? What's being passed on to you? How are you working with that? Okay. Sagittarius next. And Sagittarius is the 7 of Swords. So there's something that you may be thinking. There might be some ideas that you have that you might be feeling like you need to keep secret, or you're not quite feeling ready to show the world. I'm just looking to see where the other planets are for you. I think that you know more than you think you do. And there's some turmoil, but it's behind you. You can let it go. There's this one sword. It may have been an idea that you're just laying to rest. It needs to lay to rest. But you've got this fox here, or coyote, trickster, Gemini, has a plan, has an idea. So there may be a fear of stirring up the pot, or that you already did stir up the pot and you're like, well, now I've got to go with the best idea I have. And, this is like the wild self. This is, whatever it is, whatever kind of, what's the word I want to use? The inspiration, the new thoughts, some new truth that has come to light for you has created a change. There may be some loss of an old way. Remember I was saying that I think I was talking about Pluto, like letting go of what it is that, you know, there's going to be there. Oh, Uranus, there's some, this is it. Uranus is kind of like chaos and strife, but that old stuff had to go away. Like, you're on top of the hill. Like, whatever just happened, whatever you might have been afraid to say out loud, and that created this change, is where you are now, and you're on top of the hill. And I would just say, take a little bit of time to think about what it is that you're left with, and remember that there's freedom, right? There's freedom in the letting go of what no longer has to be there. So, you know, freedom, again, can be, we got a sword here, it can be a double-edged sword, because you may find that, you know, you have to you have to be in the world differently now, which means, you know, life may change. On the other hand, we're, you know, the Neptune and Saturn are expanding the area of your life, or like you're starting to have dreams and create structures in the area of your life where you have fun, where there's creativity. So if you can look, you know, once the dust settles, and, you know, enjoy the freedom. Sometimes change is hard for people, but I think that this is a good one. Sagittarius is a mutable sign, so the energy of change, I think, can be really good. And the choice here, 7's always a choice point. You've got to speak your truth. That's a Sagittarian thing anyway, but be gentle. Sometimes Sagittarius not gentle. And, you know, see what kind of creative fun you can have with it. Okay, Capricorn, oh yeah. Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun people, we have the Queen of Staffs. So this is a time, the Queen of Staffs is very warm. This can be a very attractive time, so a really good time to put intentions out there. This is a place of where Leo and Sun are in your chart. It's a deep time. The Queen of Wands embodies passion, creativity, sociability, warmth. It's just a really beautiful energy. There's like a lot of sexual energy there. The house for you is the sexual house where the sun and the moon land. And I would just embody the warmth, the charisma. Queen of Wands is like the queen of charisma. Work that charisma this month. Okay, Aquarius. Ooh, the Hierophant. So there is going to be some kind of higher learning. This is higher learning. This is learning some mystery about, this is just like mystery and bringing it to Earth. This is being embodied in knowledge, embodied in the mystery. So you could be experiencing that in your relationships this month. You could also be experiencing that with Pluto moving through your sign, you're learning who you are. There is transformation happening, and you're right at the beginning of it. And it's going to take you to some deep places. And the knowledge that you gain is knowledge that is universal and affects the collective. Okay. Pisces. 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 We have the Seven of Wands. So you might be finding yourself fighting for the things that you value. And Pisces doesn't really like to fight. There's something that is really important to you. You're really passionate about it. And it's coming to light. We have, I'm trying to see. I can't tell if it's a domestic dog and a wild dog. But there's something in the deep animal self that is just like isn't gonna put up with being tampered down anymore. So I would not suggest actually physically fighting, but there's something passionate that has to come out. There's a creative idea that's coming out, and it may cause some discomfort, but it's something that is coming through. And there is, like, if you turn back, it's kind of one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's what this is. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. So Pisces there's something about your day-to-day life that's going to get an upgrade in how you experience your sexual self, your creative self, your inspired self. And it may feel like it's really important. It may feel like, well, it is. It's important for you to honor your creative self. You're responsible for your creative self right now. I mean, we're always responsible, but this is extra energy for that. You may get inspiration through your dreams, your intuition. This might be you battling with your shadow self. It's like your shadow self wants some expression. Pay attention to that side of yourself that is hidden, that wants to come out and have a conversation with the self that the world sees, with your everyday self. Can you integrate some of your shadow into your everyday? That's what this is. This is part of what it's asking. There's a creative aspect. There's a passionate aspect of yourself that just hasn't had expression or is transforming in some way. Oh my God, there's a massive spider. Beautiful. Checking out the scene. Okay, Aries. So Aries is experiencing a lot right now with Neptune and Saturn in their sign. And then Leo, this is like a big deal. Oop. Okay. The Three of Wands. So there is the aspect of the self that is dreaming about something new, is dreaming about a new, passionate, creative experience, and it's on the water. The vessel is, so that's like Neptune on the water. The vessel is Saturn. You're ready to go. And you're going to experience that through your creative expression. There's this portal that you're walking through, these two here, like a portal, and you are getting ready. This, I would say, this singular flame here is divine inspiration. You follow your divine inspiration, and you are going to be experiencing, this is the beginning of a beautiful trip, either creatively, playfully, physically. You want to let your home be your sanctuary so that you can experience the inspiration to actually follow your creative inspirations. So get grounded, reach in. You are the child of the zodiac, but check in with your child self. What does your child self want? That's part of this. It's going to be great. Yeah, the more you communicate what it is that you're creating, the more adventure you're going to have. Adventure. Yay. Taurus is next. I said I wasn't going to shuffle these, but I'm shuffling. Taurus is the Six of Wands. So you may have been, the Six of Wands is moving from sort of like, you've been experiencing some turmoil, and now you're kind of in this movement where you're on your way to sort of easier shores. See the clouds blowing the sails, like they're going the way they want to go, and they're not having to work too hard, which is great because Taurus has been working hard. Just looking to see where some of this is coming from. There's this subconscious energy here that is being stimulated. It's being stimulated as well by some of the planets. It's underwater, which is it's deep in your feelings. There's something shifting in the way that you feel that is shifting your philosophy regarding life. And this shift in the direction, the shift in the winds, is going to help you feel at home. It's going to help you feel at home with this next level of inspiration, the communication, thinking about what it is that you're wanting to invoke. I talked about Uranus and invocation. How it is that once you are landed, this is taking you on your journey, there is this sense of you're moving, but you're at home with moving. You're at home with working your way, like not even working, you're just letting it happen. You're letting the ideas flow, you're letting the communication happening, and it's landing you where you need to go. All right. The next is Gemini. And again, Gemini is going through some big transformation with Uranus. Uranus will be traveling through your sign for the next 7 years, and it may be the only time in your lifetime that Uranus is in Gemini. And so let's see what the card has to say. Oh, the Sun. Oh, and this one's very much like the Lovers. This is great. This is like woohoo, like it is like being born. It's like experiencing the things that give you vitality. It's joy. This is joy. And I love it that it's Gemini and there are two people there. They're so happy. They're like floating on air. This is a great time for This is a great time for communication. This is Gemini time, you know, to like really like communication's really big. The both sides, you know, the anima and the animus, the yin and the yang are you're communicating with yourself, and you're able to communicate out there into the world. Gemini in Uranus is shifting your identity, and right now it feels really good, so go with it. Last but not least, we have Cancer. Cancer. La 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 la. Oh. Lady of Staffs. So this is pure inspiration. This is pure passion. This is pure creativity. This is like whatever is coming to you, that is this like awakening this part of you. Whatever you're feeling inspired to do is really going to boost your self-esteem. It's going to boost what it is about how you value yourself. There's something in your reality that's going to this inspiration is very valuable, and a boost in your self-esteem is really important. So whatever you may be experiencing, this inspiration through dreams, something you hear, you may actually even be inspired by your shadow self. You may be inspired to create magic. This is magic. This is pure magic. You may be inspired to let some things go. There are gifts that are coming to you right now that are coming from a place of it's like the unseen world, and it's bringing you value. This is a great card. This is like it's got to be like one of my favorite cards. It's just like pure excitement, joy. This you must nurture. Cancer, the nurturer. Okay, so that is the cards for, I pull a card for every sign in the zodiac. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope you get something out of it. So again, if you know your rising sign, check it out for your rising sign. I'm going to put the timing for each sign in the video. You can also check out your sun sign. If you know your other planets, you know, and what those planets stand for, like your moon, which is like your feeling self. You might want to check that out too for your moon sign. Okay. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope that you set intentions. The window to do that, you can do tonight or over the next few days, over the next week. We are at the beginning of Leo right now, so the moon is going to be in Leo for another day or so. So set those intentions. There is all the planetary aspects are creating ease. Pluto is in opposition, but it's helping to facilitate change. And change is happening no matter what. No matter what. So you might as well put some intentions out there to dance with some of that cosmic energy. If you'd like to get a tarot reading with me, you can go to hollytroy.com/tarot. Send me a message and we'll book a reading. Have a great week, and if you feel like sharing what any of your intentions are, please do. Otherwise, enjoy. Remember, this or something better is now coming to me for the highest good of all. Namaste.